My parents aren't what they ought to be, so no one's perfect. Teens aren't either. None of us are perfect. But that doesn't mean kids shouldn't obey their parents. Children are to obey their parents, it says, in the Lord, for this is right. Children, obey your parents, this is right. That means a little more than just doing what they say. It means doing what they say happily, cheerfully, with a good spirit. Not being stubborn about it, not having a hard heart and a bad attitude, but just obeying with a cheerful heart. Children who obey their parents make their own lives a whole lot easier. You know, I find it interesting when I work with teenagers in the past. There was this camp I worked at, West Park Summer Day Camp. When my kids would behave, it made the whole day go a whole lot better, and I was a whole lot nicer when the kids obeyed and behaved. And we had a really fun day, but when the kids started the day by trying to buck the bronco, if you will, it made it a really hard day. And it was really hard to have fun the rest of the day when they started the day out rough. Well, it makes it a whole lot easier for parents to be nice to their kids when their kids behave. Want to make your parents be real nice to you? Sneak in the kitchen and wash the dishes sometime when they ain't looking. It helps. Mop the floors if they're not paying attention. Do things to help out around the house. Have a good attitude about you. Try to do well on your schoolwork. Try to do things to make your parents proud, and you'll find out that your parents, all of a sudden, it'll help them be a whole lot nicer to you when you as a child are doing the things you ought to be. When each of us do what we're supposed to in the family, it helps the whole family run better. Our family's perfect? No, no one's perfect. We all need to be forgiving of each other. Is everyone where they ought to be? No, but each of us ought to be growing. And when each of us take the responsibility, instead of worrying about, well, my kids, or my husband, or my wife, or my parents, forget that. Put that aside. It doesn't matter, well, the but theys. But theys never matter. Put that aside, set that aside, and decide in your heart, I am going to be following God, walking in love, filled with the Spirit, submitting one to another, the best husband or wife or child, parent I possibly can be. And God will bless it, and God will reward it. Here, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 18. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Again, Ephesians 5:18. And be not drunk with wine, wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. One more time, Ephesians 5:18.
And be not drunk with wine,
wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit. Let's see. Dear God, thank you for giving us commands and direction on how to be good family members. Help us to live our lives your way, and as we obey you and submit to you, help us to see your glory and love you more than anything in Jesus' name.